It's been a while since we last rolled, and I have to say that the feeling is definitely missed. However, what I'm not looking forward to is rolling and having the potential of killing the account with one of these chunks. These grinds are so absurd that some of them will take hundreds of hours and others years. And yes, that is year with an S. In this episode, we get to finally roll, and oh boy, you guys are now ready because I lost the footage for the chunk rolling video. Painful. This is somewhat unfortunate, but sometimes these things happen, especially if you have several clips and files for all the videos. So it got mixed up in there, and I, by mistake, kinda probably somehow, some way, deleted it. However, this won't stop us from deep diving into the two chunks that we just rolled. Say hello to Hesamir's Island. This island, if you guys remember from one of our previous videos, only holds 4 quest progression steps for us, and that's about it. Other than that, this chunk is kind of bare. However, with this chunk, we get the chance to roll East Janelle, which will be awesome. Why, you may ask? Well, Janelle would not only give us the 99 magic cape, but also mystics, and obviously will become our biz for magic. On the other hand, at the top of this tower, we have 3 portals that will take us to certain locations in Gielinor. 1 to the Wizard Tower, 2 to the Dark Wizard Tower, and last but not least to the Sorceress Tower, which is also, funny enough, the chunk we have been trying so hard to unlock since we started this series, south of Sears Village. We also happen to have some shops, hops patches, and all the little things here and there, but one of the most important things, guys, is that we have 4 cows. That's right, we have access to more cows, just in case in the future we need to do more crafting, grinding for some reason. Hopefully not, but just in case, we have 4 cows here, in comparison to the 1 in the St. Clair's mansion. Yet, this isn't even the most exciting thing about this area. It's not. Because the most exciting thing about this area, guys, is the Janelle Agility Dungeon. The Janelle Agility Dungeon houses a few monsters of little importance to us. Some we have killed thousands of times, and some are new. But there are only 2 mobs in here that are very important for us. The first mob, fun enough, is a boss. His name is Sarim the Twisted. He has a very similar drop table to the Chaos Druids. However, the good thing about this boss is that he drops sinister keys. These keys will be extremely useful if I ever need to farm for herbs ever again. The second mob, it's a skeleton. And why are you asking, oh, why is a skeleton so important? Well, my friends, they drop an iron hatchet. I know, finally, we will be able to upgrade our axe. But let's not forget about one of the most crucial things here, which you guys can already see, is the agility experience in this dungeon. We have the balancing ledge, the obstacle pipe, the monkey bars, and the pile of rubble. These will be crucial probably in the future. If we happen to roll this chunk somehow, it will actually aid a lot in our agility training. The other potential chunk that we can roll from the Hesamir's Island is just 3 squares of the land to the south. Yep, doesn't unlock anything, doesn't look pretty, does nothing, just 3 tiles, that's it. Now that we have touched on the first chunks we rolled and the potential the Janelle chunk has for us, let's talk about our final chunk. I present to you Port Sarim. Before we jump to the meat and potatoes of this chunk and the obvious elephant in Gielinor, let's talk about the surrounding chunks. First, we have finally access to the south chunk of Port Sarim, giving us further access to the Ice Dungeon. In this dungeon, we have several monsters. We have muggers, pirates, hobgoblins, ice warriors, and ice giants. We also have access to the skeleton wyverns, but since we don't have Slayer level for it, we can't kill them yet. Thank God. We also see that there's a dungeoneering resource dungeon here. Unfortunately, we can't access it since it requires 85 dungeoneering. Unlocking the ice dragons will be awesome since it will aid tremendously with the new grind we unlock thanks to Port 90 Prayer. To the west, we have Rivington, which means we unlock 99 smithing. Yup, that's right, 99 smithing. And to be honest, this is the worst grind in this chunk by far. 99 smithing. Let that sink in for a second. All because we need to craft some masterwork ribbons. So unfortunate. However, this chunk is actually really good for us because it houses a lot of monsters that have great drop tables. There's shops and obviously the Queen Black Dragon. We won't be able to fight her right away, but it's nice to have her available so early on. We will also finally be able to upgrade our pickaxes and hatchets to rune. Oh my god, this would honestly be a dream come true. But obviously, that's if we roll this chunk. To the north of Port Sarim, we have the Falador Farm, which is great since we get another patch for herbs. We also have more cows to kill, which is never a bad thing, to be honest with you. But other than that, I think it's time we address the elephant in Gielinor. Let's talk about ports. If you guys remember well, in the very first episode, I was very specific that I wouldn't do minigames and D&Ds because to me, they didn't feel like part of the true chunking experience. Although I've used minigames to level up some skills and even D&Ds to obtain items to help the account, I still stand firm on this rule I have on my account. So what does that mean when it comes to ports? Well, ports does provide biz slots that would honestly aid me tremendously when it came to PvMing. But these items are extremely time gated to obtain, and honestly speaking, when it comes to time gated content in this game, I will be addressing it as a passive thing I do on the side from now on. So, will we be going for these items in the long term? Yes, of course. However, to make things fair, I decided to go for the skills needed to craft the items and use them. This means I will need all the level 90 skills for all the adventurers, 99 HP to fully heal from a selfish soup, 99 cooking to make the selfish soup, 92 rune crafting when we unlock it, obviously, to make the main hand and offhand magic weapons plus the robes, 92 smithing for the main and offhand melee weapons plus armor, 95 fletching for all scrimshaws, 90 crafting for the range equipment plus the cape and ring, 88 invention to make the ability codex, 88 attack, magic, and range for the respective weapons, 85 defense to wear the respective armors, and last but not least, 80 woodcutting, mining, fishing, and divination for their scrimshaws as well. These are all the skills that I would need to work towards and complete for me to roll again. I think this is the most fair way to go about the ports chunk without hindering myself to years of ship sailing and standing around. Having gone over the port chunk and its rules, it can't be overlooked that we have some amazing stores. Betty's Magic Emporium for the plentiful amount of runes we'll be able to buy in the future. Groom's Gold Exchange for some much needed drip. Brian's Battle Bazaar. Thanks to this store, we were able to obtain biz offhand after 3 years of non-stop tier 1s. Horrible. Garen's Fishy Business for all the feathers in the world, which will probably come in handy in the future. Hopefully not. Wendy's Food Store providing us with plenty of materials to make several dishes, and last but not least, the most important store of them all is the Rusty Anchor Inn. Come on guys, you guys really think I'm gonna do all this grind without some booze? Come on. Apart from the stores, this opens up the map even more. Maybe not just right away, but in the future it will. We have options to travel to Entrana, Ashdale, Karamja, the Boy Knight's Outpost, the Ark, yikes. More chartered ships in the future, and one of the most important ones is Krondor. the island where we will face off against one of the most iconic figures in RuneScape, Elvarg. Before we continue, I wanted to let some of you know that I got 99 mining, which I can boost to 100 to mine a tier 10 shooting star. The shooting star got a rework recently that made the D&D more up to date with mining and some of the rewards it provides. This D&D is very useful for us since it not only gives us some runes and spirit runes, but it gives us 50k each time we mine one of the shooting stars, which is the only money maker we have. Also, the rewards are cool, but unfortunately I can't access them since they sit all the way at the Wizard Tower's 3rd floor. Still kinda far from us, to be honest with you. The surrounding chunks are also very juicy, but that's probably for another video since there's a lot going on in each of them. So you guys can see we have our hands full with this chunk and the amount of tasks that we have to complete. In the next video though, we will dive into more gameplay oriented format as I would like to explore the chunks we unlocked and what they have to offer. In the meantime, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and I'll talk to you guys next time.